Greetings and welcome to this video about how to play writers and lovers. Cue the intros.
What would the world be without the writers and lovers? The writers and lovers.
Alright, this song is written in a brand new key that no other bookstore songs are written in, and it is E flat major. Sounds spicy? Not that spicy. It only has 3 flats in it, so 3 black keys, everything else will be white keys. Those will be B flat, A flat, and E flat. Let's see if we can play this scale. So you're gonna start on E flat. You can do middle E flat right next to middle C. So the E flat will be the black key under the note E. So this is E, 1/2 step down is E flat. So we're gonna go from there, and keep in mind, all white keys except for E flat, A flat, and B flat. So E, A, and B will all be black keys. So start on E flat, move up to F, white key. G, another white key. Now we get to A, but instead of playing A, we play A flat. So the black key underneath it. And we have one more flat to check off in this scale, which is B flat. So we move, boop, boop. That's the sound you make when you do that. One white key or one black key up onto B flat. So the A flat is the black key under A, B flat is the black key right under B. So we have A flat, B flat, up to C, 1 up to D, and that takes us back to E flat. And that is your E flat major scale. Not too bad, right? Let's go over it again. E flat, F, G, 2 flats in a row, A flat, B flat, C, D, back to E flat. Super straightforward. This song might be lyrically very dense, melodically there's kind of a lot happening, but chord-wise, super straightforward. In fact, we will only be using 4 different chords in this entire song. We will start on the tonic chord. If you remember, the tonic is the first note of a scale. So in this case, your tonic chord will be built on E flat because we're in the key of E flat major. Start on E flat, 2 notes up to G, another 2 notes up to B flat. Little side note here, remember that when you're building a major chord or any chord in a scale, in this case, we will be using only the notes that are in E flat major. So if E flat major has white key G, we will use white key G in the chord when building the E flat major chord. So again, E flat, G, B flat, that is your E flat major or tonic or 1 because it's the first note of the scale, 1 chord. Then we're gonna go 4 notes up. So from E flat up, it's E flat, F, G, A flat. That is the 4th note of your E flat major scale. The 4th degree of a scale can also be called the subdominant. Again, sub is a prefix for something being underneath another thing, like submarine under the ocean. The subdominant is called that way because it is 1 step down than the dominant, which is your 5th note of a scale. We'll get to that one next. So now we're on the 4th note, the subdominant. 4th note of E flat major is A flat. If we build a chord on A flat, again, using only the notes that are in E flat major, you're gonna go A flat, 2 notes up to C, another 2 notes up to E flat. So A flat, C, E flat, that is your A flat major chord. Gonna keep going. Now we've done the subdominant, let's move on up to the dominant. We're no longer sub, we're now on the dominant. So 1 note up from A flat is B flat. It's also the 5th note of the scale if you wanna double check. Back down to E flat and count up from there. So E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat is your 5th note or the dominant of the scale. If you build the chord on B flat using the notes in the E flat major scale, you have B flat, 2 up to D, and another 2 up to F. That is your B flat major 5 or dominant chord. B flat, D, F. We've got one more to tackle here. If you will remember from all of the previous videos, most of the previous videos I've done, if you are in a major scale, using the notes of the scale, if you build chords on the 1st note, the 4th note, and 5th note of the scale, your chords will automatically be major chords. If you're in a major scale and you build a chord on the 6th note of that scale, using only the notes in that scale, you will automatically get a minor chord. That's exactly what's going to happen here. So we were on A flat, which was 4, then B flat, which was 5. Now we're going to go 1 more up to C, which is the 6th note of the scale. And if we will use only the notes in E flat major and build a chord on C, you will notice it is a minor sad chord. So we're going to start on C, 2 up to E flat, another 2 up to G. So C, E flat, G. That is your C minor chord. And again, if you play it a few times, you'll hear that it sounds a lot more sad, a lot more somber, serious than the previous chords you've played. Let's do chord progression. Now here is where you're going to start getting really excited about this song, because all of the verses and the pre-choruses have the exact same chord progression. We'll just loop it over and over and over and over while reciting over all of those super dense lyrics. So both the verse and the pre-chorus will start on the 1 chord, the E flat, your tonic. Play that. Then instead of moving up the scale, we're going to move down the scale. It'll make more sense when you put all the chords together. So E flat, we will move down to get to B flat. So it's still the same chord as what you learned before. It's still the 5th note of the scale. But instead of traveling up from E flat, you're going to go down from B flat. You're going to play that B flat. So 1 chord, 5 chord dominant B flat, 1 down to 4 A flat subdominant, and another back up to B flat dominant 5. So again, the progression for the verse and pre-chorus is E flat 1, B flat 5, A flat 4, B flat 5. That is it. That is literally it. Now let's learn the chorus, because it's also the same as the bridge of the song. Crazy. All right, chorus. Gonna start on E flat. It's quite similar actually to your verse and pre-chorus. We're gonna go down to B flat 5. Now 1 up to the 6th note of the scale, C minor, down to A flat, your 4 subdominant chord. That's it. Again, E flat 1, B flat 5, C minor, 6, A flat, 4. If you're wondering if you accidentally skipped a part of this video, no, you did not. It is literally that easy. And in fact, it is so easy that now we can try and play it together. You got this. Let's do it. Columns underneath.